Good evening, my peoples, and welcome back to the Counterattack. I hope you and yours are doing very, very well this evening. Oh man, the season is nigh upon us, and we are going to get into everything coming up this season. This is the Arsenal 22-23 season review. Let's get into it. We're going to cut right to the chase this evening and get into the incoming and outgoing transfers this season. And much to my chagrin, the one thing I really cannot stand about the transfer market is that we will have played five matches before the transfer window closes. So really, this preview is always going to be incomplete because there's still so much transfer business that Arsenal have left to do. But looking at the transfer incomings so far this season, and I have to say I am very, very impressed with Mikel Arteta and Edu. The big one that has come in so far, Gabriel Jesus, our new number 9. There is no more Lacazette. There is only Jesus. And $58 million, £45 million. I mean, that is not bad business at all. I think he's been a bit underutilized at City, and I'm really excited to have him here at Arsenal. He has lit preseason on fire. Absolutely done it for us. The moment he came on that very first time, I believe it was against Nuremberg, and you just could tell. It's a very special player. He is a floor raiser and a ceiling raiser. His agility in tight spaces. La Pausa merchant. Absolute a wonderful piece of business. He is our pièce de résistance of the transfer window, no matter who else we bring in, if we bring in anyone else. The two other big incoming signings we had so far this summer, I mean, the next one I'm just going to get right into it. We have been raiding Man City this summer, and we picked up Alexander Zinchenko. Old Zinny, my man Zinny. About, what was it, 30 million pounds, 35 million pounds. Another excellent piece of business. Another player who's been underutilized at City. And he comes into this Arsenal team, and just like Gabriel Jesus, he goes immediately into the team. For the amount of money that we paid, I only have dollars up here, so I've been trying to do the the money translation in my head. I'm just going to go with the dollars from now on. $38.5 million. What an excellent pickup. This for a guy that can play left wing back, left back, and center midfield. Oh. Arteta said that he wanted players that could play multiple positions and that can be comfortable in multiple positions within his system. And Alexander Zinchenko, he fits it to an absolute T. And Arteta loves him. It is excellent. It is excellent. The other relatively big signing is Fabio Vieira. He comes in, Transfer Market has him at $38.5 million, but the 22-year-old from Porto, we haven't seen much of him this preseason at all. I mean, we've only seen Zinchenko, I think, against a little bit against Sevilla and against Chelsea, but we haven't seen Fabio Vieira at all. I believe he came in with a foot injury and then I think re-injured it again. So, honestly, what I saw of him at Porto, which was a couple of games against Liverpool in the Champions League, I thought he was an absolute game changer. Another La Pausa merchant, left-footed, great passer, great in transition, really good in tight spaces. I was really excited to see him play, but he has been injured for almost all of this offseason. I am a little bit disappointed and hesitant when it comes to that because right now we're kind of dealing with a lot of injuries with Tierney and Tomiyasu. So I'm hoping it's not another occurrence of that. And, he just came over from Porto injured and he can join for the start of the year. I believe him and Emile Smith-Rowe they've already said are not going to be ready for the first match against Palace. So I hope he gets healthy and quickly because we will absolutely need his creativity in midfield. Odegaard cannot do it all alone. He just can't. We need him desperately. We had two further incomings this summer with Matt Turner coming from the New England Revolution here in the USA, and Marquinhos coming over from Sao Paulo in Brazil. Matt Turner, I don't think we're going to see too much of him outside of maybe the early cup matches, maybe even the Europa League. We'll see since Bernd Leno has departed to Fulham. So I don't think we'll see too much of him in preseason. I'm not going to lie. I was not very confident in Matt Turner at all. I thought the times that I saw him against Nuremberg, and then I can't remember who else he played against. I think it was maybe Chelsea in America. I thought he was quite shaky, not too great with his feet, not commanding at all. But he's joining a completely new league. It's a huge step up. I hate to say it, but we all need to pray for Aaron Ramsdale's health. One player that will finally start for the Arsenal. He's been actually at Arsenal for 3 years, but he finally will start or play in a competitive match for Arsenal. William Saliba. He's not really a new signing. He's come back from his loan with Olympique Marseille. And really, I could not be more excited about him, not only from what I've seen of him in preseason, but what I watched of him in the Europa League with Olympique Marseille. We all don't want to say it because it's obviously way too early, but he really reminds me of Virgil van Dijk. Just his calmness when defending, even when there's nobody behind him, even when, he's outnumbered. He relies on his recovery speed, which is top notch. It matches Gabriel, but everything else about him, he can dribble under pressure. With his back to the goal, he can receive the ball with his back to players, turn, spray the ball around with both feet. He's going to be an absolute game changer for our defense. Oh, how long we have prayed for this day. How long we have prayed for this day, my people. We suffered through Socrates, Papadopoulos, and he who must not be named, Mustafi. You remember those days? Oh, God. William Gallas. Oh, the number 10. Oh, just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But William Saliba, I could not be more excited. And how, I have to say, some people got really upset with Arteta and Adu when it came to Saliba, but they handled his development when they came in like a charm. Everybody forgets that he was injured. He suffered a personal tragedy. He had to go out on loan again. He finally did. He performed. Ligue 1 team of the season. Great. So how did preseason go? In terms of results, excellent. We won 5 out of 5 or 6 out of 6 if you include the match against Ipswich. And really quite well. I mean, looking at our results in preseason, and of course, none of it matters, none of it's real, blah, 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 I know. But yet, had we lost any of these matches, oh my goodness, burn the house down. We beat Nuremberg. I actually watched that entire game, and I thought the first half we were really poor. We turned it on in the second half. Anytime our sort of first-team players came on, you could really, really just see the difference in how we were performing. After we beat Nuremberg in Germany, we beat Everton and Orlando City in the United States. Everton, they looked pretty horrible. And Orlando City put up a great fight, actually. They really did the MLS proud. But then we had Chelsea, and I was really looking forward to this game just to see how we perform against a really top team, sort of in the same position as us when it came to preseason, because Chelsea started at the same time as us, and we blew them away. Woo! Absolutely smoked them. It was sickening. And as if things could not get any better this preseason, we get back to London for the Emirates Cup. We have Sevilla at home, and we blew them out of the water. The match was over probably within the first 20 minutes. And yes, of course, Sevilla, they are clearly earlier on in their preseason, and they were just not fit at all. But wow. Did we play so well in that first half. We absolutely blew them away. Gabriel Jesus combining with Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard. William Saliba again, so comfortable on the ball. Oh, I love to see it. And, even Ben White did quite well at right back. I'm pretty sure that he's going to start against Palace on Friday because Takehiro Tomiyasu is still injured. But really, preseason, I believe we scored, I don't even know what is over 10 goals, and we only gave up 4 in these official matches. That's not counting the behind closed door matches that we had. Really, really good preseason. I could not be happier with not only the results, but the performances of the first team. The last thing we're going to get into today is the outgoings, and there's some here I'm a bit melancholy about. Like, Matteo Guendouzi, his time at Arsenal finally ends. He goes off to Marseille. We got $12 million for him. For a French international, that probably is going to go to the World Cup. It looks like he's going to go to the World Cup. To only get that amount of money is obviously disappointing. Obviously, there are extenuating circumstances behind that. So we move Bernd Leno, I believe today, $4 million, heads off to Fulham. Ugh. The less said about that, the better. I was very upset with that pricing. Very upset. Mavropanos, forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong, he heads off to Stuttgart. He actually left quite earlier on the transfer window. Lacazette, Nuno Tavares, and Aaron Trusty, our American defender, all head out. Lacazette heads out on a free transfer. He goes back to Lyon. Tavares goes to Marseille on loan, and Trusty goes to Birmingham in the Championship on loan. So hopefully Tavares and Trusty get some great experience out of their loans. The rest of them, honestly, we just have to clear the deadwood off our books. We're never going to play some of these players ever again. Some of the players that we, at the time of me filming this, we haven't sold, but we really need to. Bellerin, Torreira, and Pablo Mari, I think, are the top three that absolutely have to go. A lot of it's just kind of trying to sell players that no one really wants on high wages, so it's taken so long. The last player I'm going to get into today that I believe will not be sold is Nicolas Pepe. Honestly, with everything surrounding Partey and our need sort of in the midfield, or at least like an attacking midfield, or maybe another 8, I think that's what we'll go for instead of a winger. It really looks like he's going to stay. Everything that he puts out on social media, he's in all the club's preseason previews and all of the photographs and everything. I really don't think that Nicolas Pepe is going anywhere. So as Arsenal fans, I think we got to get comfortable with that fact. I am not ready to give this transfer window a score yet. I will like to grade it when the transfer window ends at the end of August. So I'll wait until then. Thank you for sticking with me, my people. Please slap that like button and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Take care.